garbage and drinking out of the toilet. Chances are he's not going to mind a speck of cereal. You know, it's just The other great sign, if you ever buy anything called Nitol, it's an over-the-counter sleeping preparation. And they give you the directions for taking this stuff, and it tells you whatever the recommended dosage is, like you care. And and then there's a little word of caution that says, do not operate heavy machinery. All right. Okay, let's think about that for a second, shall we? It gets to be about midnight, 12:30 or so. You're exhausted. You've had a hard day. You'd like to go to bed. You slip on your pajamas, take a couple of sleeping pills, and you go outside, fire up the bulldozer, level off a couple acres before you turn in. All right, I have here in my back pocket tonight's top 10 list. From the home office in Lincoln, Nebraska, tonight's category, top 10 reasons the Comedy Store has been so successful. Top 10 reasons the Comedy Store has been so successful. Louis, are you ready? Thank you. Number 10, Marines on leave under mistaken impression Comedy Store is a topless bar. Number 9, Americans can't seem to get enough lame jokes about flying 7-Elevens and the difference between New York and LA. Number 8, it's freeway close. Number 7, comics provide delicate balance of embarrassing vulgarities and where you from ad-libs. Number 6, Golden Sunset Boulevard location impossible to screw up. I wish I was down there with you. Number 5, in 1970s, customers never tired of impressions of Fantasy Island's beloved tattoo. Number 4, and you're just going to have to take my word for this one. Number 4, tourists drawn to Comedy Store to glimpse, perhaps photograph, curious hairstyles favored by owner. Number 3, diet-conscious customers actually prefer high-water, low-alcohol ratio in Comedy Store cocktails. Number 2, widespread obsession-like curiosity about Gabe Kaplan. And the number 1 reason the Comedy Store has been so darn successful, families believe no price too high for the opportunity to watch Robin Williams touch himself.
Coming up next, Jeff Altman, Jimmy Walker, and Richard Pryor.
Everything now that I've been lucky enough to secure can be directly traced to my appearances at the Comedy Store.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Altman.
That's enough of that crap.
Woo! I don't know what it is here tonight, my friends. I don't know what it is. I feel something. The lights are hitting me on my head. It must be the power of God. I said, hey, Chevrolet, show, here you go. The power of God. I am so sick of these guys. I've had it up to here with evangelism, man. Well, they finally caught up, though, with Swaggart, though, didn't they? Swaggart. I am so sorry. But the nookie was so good. And now Jerry Falwell. Jerry Falwell's real mad at Jim Baker because Baker's been getting all the attention. He had a little hips problem, remember? So every chance now Falwell gets, he tries to disparage him. I saw him on CNN a few nights ago. You know, I've talked to a number of men in the PTL who have told me personally that they have seen Jim Bakker give them a homosexual look. A homosexual look. Not a hug, not a kiss, just a look. Can you imagine that? Baker's in the middle of preaching. I need money. Tammy needs money. We all need money. You know, there's some big old boy sitting out there going,
hey, I believe that Baker boy is looking right at me.
oh, I wish my dad were here tonight. Yeah, you know, dads, boy, they change as they get older. You notice, as your dad gets older, the pants go in one of two directions, right? They either go like this.
Is there any mail? Somebody left the cap off the cheese whiz.
Or in the case of my dad, these things just started creeping up on him, man. By the time he was 65, it was just a belt and a head. And he would get mad. He'd get so mad. He'd be sitting there at the dinner table. He'd start shaking and going nuts. Coffee would come shooting out of his nose, you know. And I'd threaten him with strange. I always tell him he wanted me to pursue an academic career. I'd always threaten him. I'd say, you'd be sitting at the dinner table and say,
Dad, I'm thinking of dropping out and being a comic.
he'd just flip out. Look, hey, come here. Let's sing a little. Come here, buddy boy. I'll flip you like a cheese omelet, pal. That's right. I'll hit you so hard your kids will be born dizzy. Come here, I'll knock you into next week. Why, I'll beat you like a rented mule. That'll be wonderful. Ladies and Walker.
Thank you very much. It's very interesting. I love when I come to LA because what happens to you is when you work a room like this, people just kind of walk up to you and talk to you like they know you. Really had a guy walk up to me outside today and says, Jim, how come black people don't have tattoos? I said, you ever seen skywriting at night? It's amazing. And the country's going insane. I'm checking out what's happening. I'm checking out this Lebanese thing. I'm irritated about this. These hostages being taken to Lebanon. You know what I want to know? I want to know, what are these people doing there in the first place? You know what I'm talking about? About 7 or 8 years ago, the Lebanese people said, Americans, do not come here. We hate you. We will torture and kill you. I took this as a sign not to go there. Really, where's the first place Americans go for vacation? Let's go to Lebanon. People who will not go to a ghetto in their own neighborhood will go to Lebanon. Really, when you get to customs, they stamp on your passport, hostage. What the hell are you doing there, man? Country's going insane, unbelievable, man. Every time I turn around, there's another war, there's another breaker. Did y'all read about this? More violence in Northern Ireland, y'all. Protestants against Catholics, more violence, Protestants against Catholics. This just goes to show that in a country without any blacks, Jews, or Mexicans, people can improvise. It's amazing. Things going on. I don't know if you guys read about this. This is in the news. Drug testing at the post office. Can you believe that? Drug testing at the post office. One drug they won't find is speed.
Thank you. Good night. Have a good evening.
My, thank you very much. Right now, it is my pleasure to introduce a young man that I've known for almost 20 years. It's quite incredible. It doesn't seem that long, but it has been. A young man that many of you have known. I've known him through thick and thin, really much better through the thin, but he's very thick now, and I'm very happy to introduce him. And he's one of the legends here at the Comedy Store, one of the living legends of comedy. Please let us give a big round of applause to Mr. Richard Pryor.
Thank you. Yeah. How you doing? I was on, about a few months ago, I was on Tonight Show, right? And I was talking to Johnny Carson. He's my pal, kind of buddy, kind of. You know, I was sitting there. I was just talking regular and said, you know, John, I got to go to the doctor because I can't see out of his eye and it's going blind, you know. So I'm going to the hospital, losing weight and stuff. I can't gain it back. And then the next day, this lady from the newspaper called one of my ex-wives and said, what do you think's wrong with Richard? She said, I think he has AIDS. Guaranteeing that I will not get no sex to the year 2025. So I went to a place in Minnesota. It's great, it's like 800 doctors there. And they all get the same amount of money, so you don't have to worry about them. If you say it's your eye, they don't go working on your elbow, a little extra. And you get all this examination from head to toe, you know, and they take your blood and they check you for AIDS. He says, you know, if you got it, I got to tell somebody. You know, I said, what, who? What if I have what? He said, no, AIDS test, you got to get it, and we have to report it if you get it. I said, well, when will you know? I said, tomorrow. So I didn't sleep that night. You know, I didn't. I really said, maybe you know. It's hard to remember who you had sex with in the last 8 years if you've been married 5 times. I bought a car for a 22-year-old kid. I bought a car. And it's a Testarossa, right? I did. I walked in the store, it was black, and it was in a showroom, and it was beautiful. You know, it was like, I said, oh my God. You know, and it was like it spoke to me, you know, and I got in it, you know. The guy said, sit down, sit down. I sat, you know, I was in, it was like warm, you know. It was like a woman was saying, come, sit right here, you know. I drove to Vegas, you know, I went to second. I went to third, and you can feel the stuff come up your legs, you know. Oh, yeah, I went to fourth, it's a good feeling. Oh, goodness gracious, you know, and passing the car, ooh. And I was going crazy, man. I never looked at the speedometer, but I knew I was flying because the car was just... And I remember in my mind saying to myself, I feel like James Dean, you know? And a voice said to me, didn't James Dean die in a car wreck? And I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop the car from going. I prayed my foot off the gas. I said, please, God, please don't kill me now. You didn't let me kill myself in the fire. Don't kill me now in this car. And I just prayed my foot off the gas and let it coast for about 7 miles till it got down to about 20 miles an hour. And I pulled over the side of the road, and a police car went by. Whoa! And someone said, he's after you. And I saw the police car do a 180 and come back, and the cop's hat was all sideways. His gun was around like this. He said, well, you got a double cam flanger here. And a 16-cylinder flown thing going. And the guy, he looked, you know, I knew he didn't know me or nothing. He looked and said, you Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Thank you very much.
Coming up next, Louis Anderson and Howie Mandel.
I was on vacation in 1979. I was on a business trip in Los Angeles, and it happened to be amateur night, and I was at the Comedy Store like a tourist, and they dared me to get up, and I got up, and I have no idea what I did, but there was a guy in the audience by the name of George Foster, who was the producer of a comedy game show called Make Me Laugh at that time, who asked me if I was interested in doing television, and I said yes, and he was right there. I thought it was a joke, and he put me on to Make Me Laugh, and I did 15 episodes of that, and that's where I started.
Dad had to leave all of a sudden for this big party in Paris. But I made sure he didn't miss anything better.
I guess.
Magic. You want it, we've got it. So see your Chrysler Plymouth dealer today and get a little magic going for you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Comedy Store's 15th year class reunion. Ladies and gentlemen, Howie Mandel. And now, Louis Anderson.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, in Minnesota, people do that Lulu thing, too. My mom was there once. Minnesota? Can I get a ride home with you? No, my mom heard that once, and she goes, why are they booing you? And I went, just shut up, would you? My mom is very funny. She just called. She calls before anything I do. Does your mom ever do these calls where she calls you and it's over as soon as you... Hi. Oh, hi. Well, I was just over at Woolworth's and then I went over to that yarn shop, got a hat for Janet's daughter, and then went by that store, you know, where the girl who works there, she lives down the street, her dog limps, that girl. And... Then I was driving the car, and you know that clutch, I asked your father to fix it. You know, it just doesn't work right. And I shifted over to that right, you know where that little place is I spilled that time, and it went in there, and the electrical doesn't work now. And then we went by that fence, you know, they need to paint the garages open. There's that little table I want in there. And then I went by the grocery store, and I got a 3-pound roast. There's no fat on it at all. It's beautiful. Found some radishes the color of a fire engine. I couldn't believe it. I said to the produce guy, you know the guy with the one eye patch over it? His daughter's PG, you know the one I mean? You want to talk to your father? You ever have your dad pick up? Yeah, hi. Yeah, how's the car? Yeah, good. All right, here's your mother. My dad was mean. He would say things, but never words. It was all sounds if he was mad about something. Or if you were looking at him, you know, you're a kid and you're all excited just out there and he's working on the car and just looking, you want to say something, you look at him. What? Nothing, I don't know. And you know, you grow up and you think, oh, I'm never going to be like that. What? So I'm going to look at cars because I have to get a new car, because out in California you have to get a new car. People say it to you, you should get a new car. Really? What's wrong? Huh? It's true. You go. I never buy anything I weigh more than. Thank you very much.
Coming up next are Arsenio Hall and Paul Rodriguez.
I started working in 1980. I had gone for a couple of times as an amateur night, but in 1980 I became a regular, man. And you know, once you're regular there, it's a status symbol.
Just for a second. No, I'm serious. This is important. Elvis is dead, damn it. Y'all hear me? I'm tired of y'all. Get into Luther Vandross or somebody. Elvis is gone. I see y'all on TV. I saw Elvis in the mall. It was that Haagen-Dazs. We had Rocky Road all over it. Well, I'm in a good mood myself. I just bought a house. I bought a house that's next door to Jim Brown. Really, it's great because, like, I know if I don't have a date, at some point during the evening, Jim gonna throw somebody out the window. Like, throw over here, Jim! In the bushes, man! Because I know Jim is sitting up there with a couple light beers, talking to Ike Turner. Yeah, you know, you should have threw Tina out the window, man. Yeah, 80 years old wearing that mini skirt. You gotta throw a woman out the window every now and then, you know? Did you read when Lionel's woman beat him up? And he deserved it? Yes, indeed. She caught him over in Beverly Hills. I'm your lady. What you doing in here with this penny lover dancing on the ceiling all night long? And he called the police and told them that his woman hit him in the stomach. Now, that's amazing. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. If you, fellas, if my woman whips my butt, I'm not telling nobody. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna make up a lie or something. I'll be like, it was outrageous, man. I was in a bar, you know, and I called Mike Tyson a sissy, you know. And we got into a little thing, you know, little fisticuffs.
Did he scratch you, Lionel?
Yeah, he scratched me in my face. He had Lee nails all in my face and everything, you know. She put a hurting on him. Actually, the good fight would be Mike Tyson and Brenda Ritchie. Just right before she goes in the ring, whisper to her, you know, I think Mike Tyson and Lionel sleeping together. And Mike be, hey, get this woman away from me, man. Because Mike's fights are too quick for me. Because he already don't give you no pomp and circumstance, no glitter and glamour. You know, like Macho Camacho has like Cher's blouse and shorts on, you know, and the pips in back, and he's like, macho time, hey, macho time, you know, and it's exciting. Mike comes out, he only wants to kill. No socks, no robe. Where the man at? Is this him right here? No, that's Don King. Okay, where's the one I'm at? I'm supposed to fight. They need a separate division for him, you know, where he fights like animals. Right? You know, like put Mike with an elephant. Mike right. Basically, I found the elephant was much quicker than I thought elephants would be. God bless you. Good night. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I asked the producer if I could do this one, because this gentleman is very, very special. I saw him at a disco here in LA a long time ago. He would go in and ask them if he could perform, and they would stop the music and put him on. And when you can make Mexicans stop dancing and listen to a comedian, I knew the boy was bad. Ladies and gentlemen, your own Mr. Paul Rodriguez.
I don't know. I must be getting old. Everybody's talking about gangs. I must be getting old because when I was growing up, we had drive-by shouting. Oye, mira, mami, dame algo. Dame, ¿qué? I don't know whatever made us say that to girls. Like some girl's gonna stop and go, yes, I want an unemployed dude who hollers to me. I think that would be the right move in my life, to go with someone who's waiting for the bus. Personally, all these gangs and everything, I was in a gang. I was in a gang in East LA, a bad gang. I was in a gang called the Warlords. Yeah, our rival was a Jewish gang across the tracks. They were the landlords. Well, as far as drugs is concerned, I'll be honest. I grew among a lot of people who abuse drugs. I saw the effects of drugs. I've never had a problem, really. I said, I don't think I want to lie down and throw up on myself. It deterred me right away. I see people on the news, parents. You hear parents who say, well, I had no idea my child was involved with drugs. I say, if the kid is 13 and he owns a Porsche 911, if he's got a picture of Manuel Noriega autographed in his room, could be he's, if he makes the last house payment, possibly. My father put an end to my drug use. See, I had a friend named Augie who one time came over to the house to deliver a joint.
And his parents smoked pot. It was a common thing. My parents didn't, so he comes over, he knocks on the door. My dad opens the door, and he goes, yeah, can I help you? And my friend Augie goes, yeah, is Paul here? I got something for him. And my dad said, no, he's not here. He says, well, is it cool? My dad says, it's January, it's a little nippy, yeah? He says, well, all right, give Paul this. Tell him it's Sensemilla, the good stuff. Tell him I tried to get him butts, but all I had was shake, so here. My dad doesn't know what the hell that means. Shake, butts, what? Is he drinking beer and chewing this? What's he doing? Comes into my room. When I come home, he comes into my room, he goes, hey, Paul. I said, yeah, Dad. He says, is it cool? And if you notice, the Surgeon General on the other day, everything nowadays, we must be the most unfortunate generation of all time. Because everything nowadays that tastes good or feels good could kill you. Everything, too much sugar, bad for your diabetes, too much salt, gives you blood pressure, you drive the freeway here, you get shot. Sex is deadly now. I don't even touch myself because I know where my hands have been. Apparently, the only thing that's healthy now that won't kill you is bowling. That's it. That's a stupid sport, but I'm going to continue to do it because where else but in a bowling alley can you get a pair of shoes for 50 cents? You scrub the number 8 off the heel, you talking Christmas gifts here. Thank you very much. You're wonderful. Thank you. Happy anniversary, Comedy Store.
Ladies and gentlemen, Garry Shandling.
When I first started here at the Comedy Store, which was on amateur night, and I did like 5 minutes of material, and then Mitzi Shore, the owner of the Comedy Store, of course, watches you do your 5 minutes and then either invites you back to go on during the week. I worked amateur nights for about 7 years. 7 years. 7 long, hard years before I even sort of broke into working at the Comedy Store. And finally, I got my photo up, and Mitzi's still, frankly, trying to pry it off the wall.
Coming up next, Robin Williams.
Got mine. What's that? Greg Rupkinick. Damn it, you're late! The hell's wrong with you? You think you can sneak back in? You think you can walk back in your fly open going, I'm all right? Just because you have a little pass. Ooh, Mr. Backstage. Wipe that stuff your nose. You're too old to be doing. Let's keep him. Work for his money. He's gone. Oh, man, it's just like the Olympics. Hello. It's really good to see that people really want to stay. Hello. Baby. Ooh, okay. And me without my lawyer. Oh, God. How are you? Thank you for wearing this. My God, somewhere there's a sofa going, I feel so cold. Let's go! Let's move it! Let's move it! Thank you! God, I feel like you're laying cord and you're going to set off some sort of mine, man. Isn't there any other thing you could be doing right now? Gosh, oh, leave him alone! Leave him alone! Let me cover him up for a moment. Here you are. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. There you go. Ooh, all right, yeah. Hey, what happened? We talked the night before, they talked about religion. What is your conception of God? If you're like an ancient Greek, you believe that God could come down as a bull and go, I'm back. Or maybe you think that God is like, looks like maybe like Ralph Cramden and goes, wow! That's it, you're out of here! That's it, Armageddon, I'm taking the planet. Gosh, I don't know what they're going to use. There's an editor back there going, that's gone, that's A lot of people, I ask them about solutions to the Middle East. Like you look like a young man. I could ask you, what do you think would be a solution to the Palestinian problem?
Let everyone have a home.
Thank you!
Give them all a plate sweet and beef, and everyone's happy.
I hope that's not your real voice. Only in Beverly Hills and Hollywood would someone go, I have an act too. That's why I'm sitting in the front. I see that. It's okay. You realize you're going to get paid scale just like me. It's okay, though. I'm incognito. You're not incognito anymore. You're not even in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. Look! No! No, you're not! Oh, look! You're on Hollywood Boulevard. Junkies, transvestites, and pimps. Oh, my. Look! All right. Can you hand me my coat back? This is the way to go. It's all right. It's okay. No, I gotta go. Look at all these people. They're going for their cars like they still think they're there. Take care. Tell her to get the leather out. We gotta go. Good night.
It's time well spent.